you like at waiting? And I'm not talking about waiting for a bus. I'm talking about waiting for a long period of time. Are you good at waiting patiently? Or is it the worst thing that you could be asked to do and it drives you mad? Sometimes it's hard to be patient. But in the Bible, we read a story about a lady who had to wait a very long time for something that was very special and that she wanted really badly. We read about her story in the book of 1 Samuel in the Old Testament, and her name is Hannah. For many years, Hannah had to be patient, even under really difficult circumstances. Hannah was married to a man called Elkanah. Now in those days, a man was allowed to have more than one wife. I know, brave man. But he was also married to another lady, and her name was called Peninnah. But the problem was Peninnah could have children, and Hannah could not. This was really difficult for Hannah. All she wanted was to have a child. And to make matters worse, Peninnah was really cruel towards Hannah. She would have provoked her constantly. And the Bible tells us that this made Hannah sad, and it happened year after year. Poor Hannah. That's a hard situation to be in. But Hannah loved God, and Hannah was thankful for all the good things that God had already given to her. But the one thing that she really wanted was a child. God knew her heart, and Hannah did the best thing that she could, the one thing that she knew would help her. I wonder, do you know what that is? When times are tough, when things are hard, there is one thing, Christian boy and girl, you can do that will help. And it's praying and talking to God about your situation. Hannah talked to God. You know, God knows everything that happens to us. He knows our hearts. He knows when we get sad. He knows when we are waiting patiently for something. I want you to remember, Christian boy and girl, perhaps you're in a period of waiting for something today. I know what that's like. And I know that it's hard to wait for things. But remember, God sees the bigger picture. And He knows what is best for you right now. And He'll not give you something that you're not ready for, but what He does ask is that you're patient while you wait. Perhaps you will get that thing that you've been praying for and wanting and waiting for. Keep being patient. And if you don't, remember that God is still in control. Hannah went and she prayed to God. And she told God that if she was going to have a son, she would in fact do something. We read in the Bible Hannah's words to God as she prayed. Then she made a vow and said, O Lord of hosts, remember me and not forget your maidservant, but will give your maidservant a male child. Then I will give him to the Lord all the days of my life. I wonder, do you understand what Hannah was saying to God as she prayed? She was asking God for a son, and she told God that if He gave her a son, then when the time was right, when he was a wee bit older, she would in fact give that child back to Him. Wow, that's hard too, because it's the one thing that she really wanted. Yet, through all of her waiting and in all of her patience, she prays and tells God that she is willing to give the one thing that she really wanted over to Him again. Sometime later, something wonderful happened. God heard and answered Hannah's prayer and gave her a baby son. She called him Samuel, which means God hears. She had waited so long for this, and she loved Samuel so much. Hannah knew that God's ways and His timing is always best. Perhaps, Christian boy and girl, here today, you're in a period of waiting. Maybe you have been waiting for so long for something and it hasn't yet happened. I want you to remember a very special verse in the Bible. It says in Psalm 37 and verse 7, "Be patient and trust the Lord." Do you know what the word patient actually means? It means suffering and not being annoyed or anxious. And I know that that is very hard. But when you know the Lord Jesus as your special friend, He'll help you as you wait. He will be with you as you wait. Trust in Him today. Trust Him while you wait, young person. Sometimes waiting is so difficult, but God always knows what's happening. God is always in control, and there's a reason why He wants you to wait for something. So as you wait, you try very hard and be patient. Pray and ask God to give you that patience. There's many a time when I've had to say to God, "Father, would you please help me with being patient?" And I can honestly say every time I've prayed that, He helps, because that's what He does. Hannah remembered her promise to God. And when the time was right, when Samuel was a little bit older, she gave him over to the Lord. She sent him to the temple to work with Eli the priest. Now, this wasn't Hannah abandoning her son. No, definitely not. In fact, Hannah loved him so much, she remembered her promise to God, and she was going to give Samuel over to God to work for him. In fact, as you read through the Bible, you'll understand that Samuel was used as part of God's bigger plan. Wow, what an amazing mum Hannah really was. And because she honoured God with her first child, God blessed her with many other children. I wonder today, young people, as we've heard about being patient and how good it is to be patient and how it is a great quality to have in your life. I wonder today, as you continue to wait, do you keep trusting in Him? Perhaps you're listening and you haven't yet trusted in the Lord Jesus. Do you know what? Right now, He is being patient with you. He is giving you more of an opportunity to come to Him. Tell Him you're sorry for the wrong things in your life. Put Him number one. And then let Him work through you. Remember, young people, patience is a great